Toastmasters and guests. I, Toastmaster Ali, being the Secretary-at-Arms of Karachi Toastmaster Club, welcome you all in another meeting of Karachi Toastmaster Club. This is our meeting number 941. And today's theme is Teamwork Makes the Dream. We all see dreams, and to attain that dreams, we need a great team. And today we are celebrating that how we achieve our dreams. So without further ado, I would like to hand over the charge to the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, distinguished Toastmaster Ali. Over to you.
So everyone, please put your hands together for yourself for joining this meeting today. We have quite a few participants here in person at Beach Luxury, and they will shortly partake of a delicious cake. What is this cake about? The cake is about celebrating the Karachi Toastmasters Club achieving nine educational goals, which equate to President's Distinguished Award. But we haven't gotten the award yet. That will only be finalized after April 31, because we have our PQD here and we cannot say any such thing in his presence. And Toastmaster Noreen, President of Islamabad Toastmasters Club, please keep that in mind as well. So we have actually dual reasons to celebrate, because our club, both Islamabad and Karachi Toastmasters Club, reached this status on the very same day.
You don't need to wear a hat of DD right now. You're a president, KTC.
So with this, we kick off this meeting, and today we have a lot of exciting speeches and sessions in store. But before we move on, we would like to take some comments from some of our guests. So although he is not really a guest, but we would still like our PQD Malik Mohammad Umair to share some thoughts.
Thank you so much, Mr. District Director. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's an honor to be a part of this prestigious event today and be celebrating the achievements of KTC with all of you. I'm looking forward to being a part of this meeting. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, DTM Umair, and thank you for gracing us with your presence. We have another guest who is Mr. Shakil. Mr. Shakil, would you please come here and introduce yourself?
Am I visible? I'm Shakiluddin Ahmed, and this is my first session. And I hope, inshallah, I will continue this. My brief introduction is I'm a basically chemical engineer, and I'm working in ICI Pakistan Limited in a chemical department as a production manager. And I'm married and having a daughter. My daughter is around 17 years old. This is my old introduction.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shakil. It's a pleasure to have you. Now we have quite a heavy agenda today, so we won't be having a business session. Instead, our business session will be held coming Saturday in our academy meeting. So I have only 4 words to say, and those are very profound words. So please listen carefully. Un, dos, tres, cuatro. The meeting starts, and it is my honor and pleasure to hand over the charge to our Toastmaster of the day, who has been one of our active members. He's also a video blogger and something of a thought leader. So everyone, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Farhan Haider.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Thank you so much, DTM Tala, for the lovely introduction. My name is Syed Farhan Haider, and today I am playing a role of Toastmasters of the Day. I have done this role twice, but in a Zoom meeting. So this is my first experience to stand here and conduct the whole meeting. So I'm feeling butterflies in stomach. So if I make any mistakes, please forgive me. Dear friends, today we have a very proud moment today because KTC has got another achievement, and they have got an award of President Distinguished Club Award 2021. So big round of applause for this enormous achievement. Dear friends, have you ever thought that how has it happened? It's all about teamwork. I've heard a very meaningful quotation somewhere that teamwork make a dream work. And this is also the theme of our today meeting. I personally believe that great teamwork can do wonders. But for teamwork is incomplete without two major components. Number one is leadership and number two is team. Fortunately, KTC consists both components. We have got great leaders. I would like to mention the name DTM Tala, TM Imran Rana, TM Rusa Kawal, TM Uneep. There are so many names. And how can we forget today one of our senior Toastmasters, late Dr. Salim, who gave us a vision, who taught us, and with their continuously effort, we have achieved so many awards. And I'm sure in this time, he is with us and he must be very happy. So without any further delay, I would like to start the meeting, and I would like to give you a small intro about today's session, that what is going to happen. Basically, in today's meeting, we will have 3 sessions. We will kick off from prepared speeches sessions. And today, I think 9 speeches will be conducting. Then after prepared speeches, we will move into another segment, that is table topic session. And in table topic session, table topic master can throw any topic to anyone, any speaker, any audience, and he has to speak at least 1 minute minimum and maximum 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And last but not the least, we will come into evaluation segment. And this is the backbone of Toastmaster Club. In evaluation segment, evaluators will give us the feedback to the speakers, then in which area speakers can excel and in which area they can improve. So to conduct this meeting, we need some facilitators, we need some role players who will help us, who will assist us throughout the meeting. And I would like to ask from these facilitator role players, please describe their job today.
Grammarian Toastmaster.
Okay.
Sidra is here.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sidra Agon
Yeah.
is a word master.
Yeah. Grammarian.
Grammarian. Dear Sidra, could you describe your role today?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Good evening, everybody, peers and guests. I'm very happy to be a part of this meeting finally. I have taken up the role of grammarian today, which ideally takes note of the phrases that speakers use, which are not very usual and which are catchy. So I'm going to take note of those catchy phrases, which I might ask you in the end who said what. Other than that, a bigger part of my role is to take notes in case there is a better use of better word for the words that speakers might have used during the speech. So if I feel that there is a better word or a synonym for those words, I might suggest that at the end. So in a nutshell, that's what I'm going to do today. And I wish all the best for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sidra, for making us explain your role. Now we have a timer, GTM Talabin Hamid. Sir, could you please explain your role?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. As the timer, it is my job to keep track of the timing of the meeting. And today it is especially important because we have a heavy agenda. So everybody here and on Zoom is politely advised to follow their timings. Every segment in Toastmasters is timed. So for example, if a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, I will show the green background at minimum, yellow background at midpoint, and red background at maximum. Similarly, for table topics, green at 1, yellow at 1:30, and red at 2. For evaluations, green at 2, yellow at 2:30, and red at 3. And every time you see the red color, it is a signal to the speaker that it is time for them to wind up their speech within 30 seconds. If that does not happen, they will be disqualified from being voted on in their particular category. For in-person attendees, I have an alternate system, and it is this. So for in-person speakers, I'll be showing the green light, yellow light, and red light exactly as per the pattern. Okay, so once again, just to confirm, I am visible, right?
You are visible.
Now,
Sorry?
Only Toastmaster of the evening is visible. We can't see you.
me neither.
Okay, okay. Okay. What is wrong? I don't know. I can see myself. So
848, I think.
Has anybody connected this camera to this laptop?
no,
No.
no.
Yeah, अब किसकी आईडी से कनेक्ट हुए हैं Zoom पे?
Wait. Wait. Let me. Okay. Let me try to log out and then log in. Okay. Where's the?
You can, in the meantime, you can call the next role player.
Okay, now we have another facilitator, that is TM Latif Mansoor Ali. TM Latif, could you please describe your role? TM Latif Mansoor Ali, are you here?
Okay, you can call the next role player.
Okay, now we have our counter, TM Imran Rana.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm sure I'm audible and visible. So my role, I'm the R counter today. I'll be counting some R's and Ums, and at the moment I'm using a lot. And filler words like and non-connective and non-connective the and long pauses. So at the evaluation segment, I'll give my report about the R's, Ums. So I request everyone, try not to use the filler words. Try and come up with the alternative. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, TM Imran Rana. Now we have another facilitator, TM Kareem Megani, who is going to play a role of word master. TM
Good evening,
Kareem.
ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I hope you can hear me.
Yes, you
Yes.
are audible and visible.
Yes. So today, as the theme is about team, so I took a word called efficiency. Efficiency is the word which means that, the state or quality of being efficient. Efficient, you're always there. You want to perform according to the time given to you. So efficiency is the word today. And like, for example, some sentences like, because of our efficiency, we got all the work done in few hours. Because of one person performance, and usually it is related with time. It's when things are time bound. So that is the word. I will request all of you to use this word in your speeches, in whatever you say, in whichever role you are. And I will note it, and I will let you know that how many people use it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TM Karim, for elaborating your role. Now we have another facilitator, TM Hiva Rais Khan. TM Hiva.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the listener, I would be making note of all the interesting words and phrases spoken by the speaker during the prepared speeches, the table topic session, and during the session as well. So please, everyone, keep your ears and your eyes and your senses open all the time and be ready. Because at the end of the session, I will be throwing those interesting words and phrases at your end, and everyone will have to guess it. So thank you.
Thank you so much, TM Hiva Rais Khan, for explaining your role. Since TF Latif Mansoor Ali, he hasn't joined a meeting yet, and he's going to play a role of technical host, and
He is here.
He is here, but.
So there is no need.
There's
for
no need.
explanation.
okay. So how can we start our meeting without a joke? So TM Hiba Rais Khan is playing a role of joke master. TM Hiba Rais Khan.
Okay, thank you, fellow Toastmaster of the evening. Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what do you call a dead chemist? People who studied chemistry will know this. I haven't. So, what do you do? What do you do with a dead chemist? Capital B, small a. The other part, everyone will have to figure it out. The second one, why did Adele, who's a very famous British singer, why did Adele cross the road? To say hello from the other side. Okay, and there are more. What do lawyers do? What do lawyers wear to work? Lawsuits. The most corrupt CEOs are those of the pretzel company. Pretzel, a thing to eat. They're always so twisted. Why do fish like to eat worms? Because they get hooked on them. And there's another one. I just wrote a book on how to fall down a staircase. It's a step-by-step guide. And the last one, this one is good. Germany opens a summer school for kids with ADD. It's a concentration camp. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TM Hiba, for the lovely jokes back to back. So now we are moving towards our jumping castle, prepared speeches session. And today I can see that there are 9 speeches. 8 speeches. Oh my God, I don't know what is going to happen, but it is going to be a cutthroat competition among them. So first speech, TM Karim Meghani, and he will be evaluating by TM Latif Mansoor Ali. TM Latif, could you please describe the project details of TM Karim Meghani?
So Toastmaster Ali will going to describe the objectives of this.
Okay. So in absence of TM Latif Mansoor Ali, TM Ali Ashar is explaining the role.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I am currently acting like Toastmaster Latif. So my target speaker is Toastmaster Karim Meghani, and he is going to deliver his project of apologies. The project is team building, and second is speech. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice the skill needed to build a cohesive team and host an event. The title of the speech is Let's Follow Our Civic Duties. So Toastmaster Karim Meghani let's follow our civic duties. Over to you.
Thank you, TM Aliasha. I'm audible to everyone. And DTM Tala is the timer, yes? So I should pin it. Okay. 26 September 2021. A day has been told to us in early September, the first week, that we have to celebrate a civic day for the community. When this day and the date was announced to us, we said that what is civic duties? It doesn't mean that I don't know what is my civic duties, but I did some research to understand that what is civic duties are all about. And as a community and as a part of the council, I need to think about some suggestions that how to celebrate a full day on civic duties. Toastmasters of the day, dear Toastmasters and guests, when this challenge came to us in the first week of September, the 26th September is a day we have to celebrate a civil day. Now, civic day or civil day is all about helping other than the community members, not the only community members, but outside community members, and do our regular civil duties. We start looking at, is this particular project? We start learning about this particular project. What things we can do as a civil person, for not for community only, but for the non-community members. What are our civil issues? So the civil issues or the civic issues which we identified in Madagascar, where our community is right now living, and I'm responsible for that community, not only me, but I'm working with the council, that, you know, this community is very poor. Non-community, I'm talking about the non-community members. They're Africans. Literacy rate is really low. They have healthcare issues. They have clean water issues. They have issues about electricity. They have issues how to sort out their schools. Their kids are not going to good schools. So we identified these all issues. And then we thought that, you know, what we can pick for 26 September. So our leadership sit together and we did a brainstorming, including president, vice president, myself, the executive officer, and some other chairs from different boards about economic, social, health, and education. And this whole team did the first brainstorming that on 26, what we can do. We have several options, what we can do on one day. After several discussions and several options, two things came out. One thing, that as a day, because we are celebrating, this is the celebration day that maybe we can give awareness first. Like us, the community and the non-community members should know that what are their civil duties. So creating awareness, we need to do activities. So we decided to do two activities. One activity, we identified in Antananarivo, the capital of Madagascar. We have several women, non-community women, Malagasy women, they go for cleaning their clothes to a particular place, a laundry place. And they have an issue about all things. The water comes to this place where they clean their clothes, and this place they have to take their buckets, simple buckets, and then have that simple, you have buckets, and then you have the big things where you can keep your clothes, dirty clothes. So we identified this is an issue, and let's find some donors, collect funds, and maybe according to our funds, we can support this woman. So what we did, we identified 6 districts in Tana. in Antananarivo. And 6 districts, we have to distribute these buckets. We talk to an industrial company that, we are doing this civil work, what you can contribute. And you know what we found? The lady at this commercial company said that we do plastic buckets and we will give you donations. So 1,500 buckets, we got donation from this company. Fantastic. And that's the second step. And the third step was the implementation on 26. So what we did, that we created 6 captains. And we announced in the community that we are doing this distribution of buckets activity on 26 September to this all cleaning ladies. We announced in the community, in 2 days, we got 150 volunteers with the 6 captains to go and distribute these buckets to these places. 26 September morning, 7 o'clock, this office where I am standing right now, near on the side of this parking, 150 people were standing there with all have 1 bucket in their hands and they want to distribute to this woman, these women. The second activity, what we did blood camps in 3 cities. In Tana, in Tamatave, in Majanga, these are the 3 areas which we identified, big cities in Madagascar. Let's do blood camp. Awareness, created awareness that we are supporting the government, the ministries, the hospitals with blood. Ladies and gentlemen, these are only 2 activities, but what it created so much of awareness that all of these 150 volunteers and this team, which we did the implementation, they all get the awareness of what are our civil duties. So 1 activity created awareness and helped the community also and the non-community members also. This is our individual responsibility of each of us. We find an issue, we can find a solution within us. And if we have to build a team, everybody have this willingness to be part of this team. I experience it. You will experience also. Over to you, Toastmaster Gade.
What a great speech, DN Karim Begani. You taught us about the civic duties and told us how can we do better in a society. And I personally believe we should help each other regardless genders, religions. So now we come to another speech which is going to be delivered by Malik Muhammad Umair, and he is being evaluated by Samir. Okay. So now another speaker is TM Rabia Raishan, and he's going to be delivered. Is going to be evaluated by TM Noreen Fatma.
No. I'm evaluating DTM Umair.
Okay. So come here.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, and not so thank you, VP Education. So today I'm evaluating. I will try to evaluate to DTM Umair. His project is Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose statement is, the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of previous experience as a protege. The speech is about a time when the member was a protege. It may be from any time in his life. The member may discuss any aspects of protege experience. The speech should not be on the content of the Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring Project. Please welcome DTM Umair.
Thank you so much. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
March 15, 2015. I left office a little early. I left office at 6:05 p.m. Yes, you heard it right, 6:05 p.m. And yes, you heard it right, it was a little early, given that I used to leave office at 8:30 p.m. back then. As I left office, I made my way to F8 Marcus and entered into a room full of people. As I entered the room, I was greeted by a young man. As I took one step further, a young girl came rushing towards me. As she approached me, she said, "Sir, how are you? How come you're here?" When I looked at her, at the back of my mind, I was constantly thinking, where have I seen her? Where have I seen her? And just it clicked. I said to her, "Oh my, you're my student. What are you doing here?" And she said to me, "Sir, I'm Vice President membership of this club." Mr. Toastmaster of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, 6.5 years back, this is how my Toastmasters journey began. It had its highs and its lows. It had its ups and its downs. However, there's one thing that's always remained constant, and there have been two people who were always there throughout my journey. The one constant thing, ladies and gentlemen, has been the learning. No matter what role I take, no matter it's a speech, it's an evaluation, it's a Toastmaster of the evening, or it's a leadership position, every single thing has been full of a learning experience. And the two people who have always been there to guide me, to nurture me, have been my amazing and inspiring mentors. It was my second project from the Competent Communication Network, Organize Your Speech. And I was at a loss on the choice of topic. There was one person who I used to reach out to whenever I needed help with my Toastmasters journey. Of course, my mentor. My mentor asked me, what is it that intrigues you? What is it that fascinates you? And what is it you want to share with the audience, which when you speak comes directly from your heart? We had long discussions around various topics. And without being judgmental at all, my mentor guided me in choosing an interesting topic of global warming. 6 months into my Toastmasters journey, August 2015, I was made the contest chair of Tall Tale Contest, which was being organized to celebrate the Independence Day of Pakistan. I was new, I was nervous, and the perfectionist in me wanted it to be an event to remember. Guess who did I reach out to? Of course, my mentor, who guided me about organizing a contest and shared with me the resources using which I could organize a seamless contest. And I did end up having a wonderful contest. My second mentor, I met him 1 year into my Toastmasters journey, when he flew all the way from Karachi to Islamabad to conduct club officers training without charging anything, spending money on the plane tickets from his own pocket. Talk about selfless service. August 2016, when we were trying to charter ICAP Toastmasters Islamabad, he was always there to support us, to guide us. He shared the forms with us, reviewed the forms. And whenever we had a query around chartering a new club, he was always there, be it 12 a.m. in the morning, irrespective of time. I remember my last conversation I had with him when he was visiting Islamabad. I asked him, "Sir, I often wonder, how am I going to pay you back for all that you have done for me?" He looked at me child. And he said, son, go out there, be there for those who need help and who need a mentor. And in doing so, you will have paid me back. Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, it has given me a platform to nurture my communication and leadership skills. However, more importantly, it has given me a new family, new friends, and most importantly, it has given me two of the most amazing and inspiring mentors, DTM Ali and DTM late, Dr. Mazhar Jamil. A mentor, ladies and gentlemen, is like an artist who shapes a sculpture. And whatever I am today as a Toastmaster is largely because of these two amazing and inspiring mentors. All of you, I'm very amazing when it comes to public speaking. I'm impressive when it comes to feedback, and I'm inspiring when it comes to leadership. This is not called self-praise, this is called self-realization. Before all of you label me a narcissist, this is just to make things a little light, jokes apart. All of this has been because of the amazing and inspiring mentors. People often ask me, what did it take you to become an effective communicator and a good leader? And I always tell them, two amazing and inspiring mentors and my own willingness to reach out for help, to adapt, to change, to overcome obstacles, and most importantly, to respect my mentors. And I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, if you respect your mentors, sky is the limit for you. My question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is what is it going to take you to be an amazing and inspiring leader and a communicator? Over to you, our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, GTM Umair, for sharing your journey in Toastmaster clubs. And indeed, you are very fortunate that you have got two mentors. And I personally believe we should have at least one sincere mentor. And with that help, we can achieve our dreams. With that note, we are moving into our next speech. And our next speaker will be TM Raishan. And her speech will be evaluating by TM Noreen Fatma. TM Noreen Fatma, could you please describe the role of the project details of TM Raishan?
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening. Today, Toastmaster Rabia Zishan will be delivering her project 1 from Presentation Mastery Path Level 3. And the duration of her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The objective of her speech is to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. Her speech title is Education Crisis, What Can We Do? Education Crisis, What Can We Do? Over to you, Toastmaster Rabia.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Noreen. Am I audible and visible to the Zoom audience?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Education crisis. What can we do? More than 1 billion children throughout the world are losing on their education due to the COVID pandemic. Throughout the world, in 188 countries, schools, due to school closures, the schools are trying to find out alternate way to keep the education going using technology, such as the internet, the television, or radio. But it is still very difficult for the countries who are poor or from middle class countries. Do any of you know how many children in Pakistan are out of school? Can anyone guess? Anyone from my Zoom audience? Toastmaster Ali.
2.5 million.
2.5 million. Any more guesses? How do I change the 22.8 million children in Pakistan are out of school. Let's pause for a minute. Let this number sink in. 22.8 million children are out of school in Pakistan. These children ages range from age 5 till age 16. Does anyone of you know the population of Australia? The continent Australia, the huge continent of Australia.
Judging by your slide, 22.8 million?
No, it's 25 million, and 22.8 million children was the count of children before the COVID pandemic. So just imagine what this number would be now. In our country, there are more children out of school than the entire population of Australia. We are in an extreme education crisis. 10.7 million boys and 8.6 million girls enroll in Pakistan in primary education. But sadly and alarmingly, 3.6 million boys and 2.8 million girls just drop off when they reach higher secondary school. And the province of Balochistan is the one which is the worst hit. 64% of 16-year-old children who are in Balochistan have never been to any school. This is a huge number, and we are at extreme crisis. After the COVID pandemic, it was researched by the UN. Pakistan came in the top 12 countries who are at a risk of losing children due to school dropouts. The reason being, the boys ages 10 and above have been taken out of school and sent to work. And the girls, unfortunately, ages 13 and above have been forced to marriage. So there is one less mouth to feed. What can we do about this? Keeping dreams alive. Our generation is at risk. Education cannot wait. Can anyone of you tell, oh, you cannot see my presentation. Okay. Can anyone of you tell me what is the best time to work for education in Pakistan? Toastmaster Navita.
It should be constant time.
Anyone from our Zoom audience? What is the best time to work for education in Pakistan?
Should be now.
It's now.
The best time to work for education in Pakistan was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. We all should start working for our future generations. The Citizens Foundation is a non-for-profit organization which is working for good quality education throughout Pakistan. It has 1,687 schools in the underprivileged areas of Pakistan. The vision of TCF 2030 is to bring 2 million agents of positive change by 2030. How can we achieve all this? If TCF pools of givers doesn't grow, we cannot solve this gigantic problem of out of school children. Teamwork makes dreams work. People like yourself. We have so many people sitting here and we have more on the Zoom chat. People like yourself can keep these children learn and grow and become positive citizens of Pakistan. Won't you all give them a chance? Teamwork makes dream works. Can we, the Karachi Toastmasters Club, can come together and make the dreams of these thousands of children work? They have dreams just like our children have. They have dreams to become doctors and engineers, and they want to go into the army. I know because I have met these children. They have huge dreams. Can we, our team, which is available here right now, together, can we bring the dreams of these children? We might not be able to change the entire world for them, but we can change someone's world forever. I have bought these pledge cards with me here, and I would urge you all to take these pledge cards and pledge to support at least one child education, which is only 1,600 rupees per month. The number of members we have in KTC, if every one of us just takes the responsibility of one child, we'll be able to support an entire classroom for the entire year. I have also sent the PDF format of the pledge cards, and it can be shared on the Zoom link, and you all can contact me after the meeting also. So let's come together. Let's teamwork make the dreams of these children work. Thank you so much.
What a great speech, Team Rabia Raishan. You told us about the remedy of education crisis. And I was hoping that our government could listen to your speech. So now we have another speaker, DTM Talab bin Abid, and his speech is being evaluated by TM Ali Asher Anjum. TM Ali, could you please come over here and describe the project details of DTM Talab bin Abid's speech?
Okay, my target speaker, DTM Tada, is delivering his project, Connect with Storytelling. The purpose statement is, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. So the title of speech, the title of the speech is
all expensive paid trip to La La Land.
Yeah, all expenses paid trip to La La Land.
So the speech title is All Expenses Paid to the Trip to the La La Land. Distinguished Toastmaster Talabe.
I sat alone in the big room. I was nervous, but a little bit excited as well. I kept checking my phone every few seconds. Is there a message? Is the connection okay? And then the moment arrived. In the neighboring room, life went on. My kids sat reverently before the love of their lives, television, listening to the endless episode of Nastia. My mother sat reverently before the love of her life, telephone, gossiping. And my wife, she sat reverently before the love of her life, sewing machine. So the cacophony of Nastia's episode and the music and my mother's laughter and the whir of the sewing machine created an ethereal cacophony, which was punctuated by beep, beep, beep messages. I quickly unlocked my phone in anxious anticipation. Reminder from my service provider, please pay your bill. Reminder, another meeting starts in 1 hour. Reminder, tomorrow you have a session with the CEO. I was about to throw the phone into the wall out of frustration when I was interrupted by another beep, and I knew it was the one. I opened the message, read it once, twice, held it up before my eyes, and started to do a victory dance. I walked up to the doorway, showed the phone to everyone, and no one looked up. They were too busy. So I threw out a sound that is only heard by wives. Psst. She walked slowly up to me. I showed her the phone. And as my arms rose in triumph, her face drooped. She said, "Are you sure?" I said, yes, it's positive. It was not my CA result. Heaven forbid we were not pregnant. It was not my DTM certification. Instead, it was the little report called the PCR report. I had COVID. Why was I so happy? See, a few weeks previously, things had not been going too well in the office. I went to my boss for a session and he asked me some out of course questions, which is like every other question a boss asks. And I dared reply, okay, sir, give me a moment and I'll get back to you. All hell broke loose. I was accused of sleeping on the wheel. I was accused of not paying attention. And worse, I was accused of not reporting the accurate status of an assignment. I walked out of the room with a completely blank mind. This was too enormous for my consciousness to handle. Being accused of cheating and lying is not what happens every day. You see, I have a very close friend. He loves me so much that he always wants to be with me. At the drop of a hat, he is right there knocking on the door. The thing is, he does not need doors. He lives in the corner of my mind and it's called depression. So depression walked out into my brain with a vengeance and built a castle with foundations 100 feet deep. Moments later, depression was joined by my second best friend, migraine. So together they wreaked havoc with my mind. I was short-tempered, in fact, shorter than usual. I lost all my patience. I kept snapping at everything. And whatever I did, all I heard was this: what does it matter? Daily tasks, what does it matter? Office tasks, what does it matter? No matter how hard you try, nothing will happen. And in that doom and gloom, suddenly a spark of hope. I started feeling difficulty breathing. And I started experiencing flu symptoms. Unable to believe my luck, I instantly called for the lab technician. He came, he took my sample, and he went away and told me to wait for 12 hours. And 12 hours later, guess what? I had received the ticket to an all expenses paid trip to La La Land. Yes, the next 2 weeks, I was alone. I could not meet any member of my family. The air tasted like sulfur dioxide. And when I took a pizza pie, 5 minutes later, it was back in my washroom sink. But consider this: no obligations, no meetings, no reportings. With trembling hands, I shot a message to my boss. Hooray, I have COVID. I shot an email to HR. Hooray, I have COVID. I shot messages to my friends and colleagues. Yes, I have COVID. For the next 3 weeks, I did nothing but to doze and to browse the web and to doze again and attend Toastmasters meeting. Tell me, what does your version of heaven depict that is better than this? 3 weeks later, when sadly the repeat test came negative, I had to rejoin office. But I discovered that everything had reset itself. The emotional baggage of the past few ugly weeks had been melted. And we were able to make a fresh start. This reboot was not only a reboot for me. I came on the verge of doing something very bad, either to myself or to the world in general. I came back from the brink because sometimes the greatest disease is life itself, and the deadliest disease can be the cure. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM Talha. And I wish that we will never have a visit to La La Land. And thank God you are with us and we can feel your pain. So now we have another experienced Toastmaster. I think TM Imran Rana.
Yes.
So his speech is being evaluated by TM Wajahat. TM Wajahat, please come here and please describe the role, project details of TM Imran Rana's speech.
Hi, good day. How are you?
Fine.
Thank you. My target speaker is Mr. Imran Rana, DTM. And the objective is to get perfection in presentation skills and to attract the audience.
What's that?
Presentation mastery level 4. The topic is it happens when it happens. Thank you.
What's the time?
I'm sure I'm audible and visible. 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, I was about to sleep. Suddenly, I received a WhatsApp message alert from the district events. The message was about a combined meeting between Dow IBHM and the Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club. I don't know why it took me a while to get away my attention. Voila, there comes the idea. Why not having a combined meeting between the 4 biggest community clubs from 4 biggest cities of District 122? Yes, you are right. A combined meeting between Karachi Toastmasters Club, Lahore, Rawalpindi, and Islamabad Toastmasters Club. You know, when it happens, it happens. My brain, which is usually loved to be in procrastinating mode, suddenly started working as a pro about the possibilities of the meeting. Initially, I was reluctant and uncertain whether the idea be accepted by the presidents. Then I thought, to check the viability, let's give it a try. First, I decided to write the message to the president. I checked his WhatsApp status and found last seen 2:15 a.m. No need to surprise. Even if I sent this message at 4 a.m., I would definitely get a response. And that's the quality of our president, that he always responded. He at once accepted the idea and gave me the green signal, as this was never been done in the history of District 122. Now, to get the other 2 presidents on board. Am I forgetting something? Not at all. The president of Islamabad Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Noreen, luckily she is the club member. She is our club member. So the real challenge is to convince the presidents of Lahore and Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club, as we both are unaware of each other, and to sell this idea is more like to take the bull by its horn. I decided to adopt the initiative style of communication and started writing a message. Dear President, I would like to draw your kind attention towards this idea by sharing some interesting facts. As you know, Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, Rawalpindi, they all possess number of commonalities, such as they all are community clubs and they possess a past history. Secondly,
Okay.
Secondly, their names started with their city names. And thirdly, they are the renowned club of their own city, of their cities. I use beautiful words and phrases to convince them And it was a great success to have all the 4 presidents and VPEs on board. To cut the story short, all presidents were wholeheartedly agreed this idea and supported me and agreed to provide support at every step. The story has not yet ended. How we planned the posters, the promo videos, and the selections of the role players, and finally the prepared speakers, sorry, the keynote speaker. For that, you have to wait for 2 to 3 years, as this is how I delivered my, this shows that my past experience, that how I delivered speeches. So for that, you have to wait. Over to you, Toastmaster.
You are very much right, Team Imran Rana. Whatever has happened for good. So now we have another speaker according to the agenda, TM Ghulam Khadir. Is he here? If he's not here, so may I call TM Sidra Awan?
Sidra Awan is not delivering your project.
Okay, now we have TM Navnita Karan, and her speech is being evaluated by TM Kareem Nigani. So TM Kareem, please describe her project details to us. TM Nori.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, again. So TM Navinta Kareem. No, sorry, not Kareem. Pardon.
Karan, Navinta Karan.
Karam. I'm really sorry for that. She is delivering her leadership development pathway, level 4, building a social media presence. Our speech objectives are that, what will be evaluated. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or her understanding of social media to enhance and establish a new social media presence. The purpose of this speech to the member to share some aspect his or her experience establishing on enhancing a social media presence. Her speech title is Reliance on Social Media. So TM Navinta Karan, all the best. Reliance on social media.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem Nigani. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, last time I told everyone here that I'm just confused about speaking. I cannot speak to anyone. Like every time I record a video and I just don't upload it because somewhere I was not confident about speaking. After attending the last meeting, after almost 6 to 8 months here in public, I decided no matter what, I'm going to speak in the next KTC meeting. So I was having fevers from past 2 days and with asthma today, I haven't written a single thing on paper. My speech is not written. I haven't rehearsed, but I am here delivering my project. So the topic is reliance on social media. How many of you use social media on your daily basis? Okay. How many of your parents, those who have used social media on daily basis? And how many of your grandparents use social media? Mines do. Okay, so they keep on stalking that you have done this, why are you not uploading stories, and why this stories has this, and who has that, and who has that. And I'm like, and sometimes it feels nice, but sometimes it feels why people are always talking, right? And whose children are using social media? Of course, mine can't because I don't have any. Okay, so here, social media is a tool that is very popular these days because of its eco-friendly nature. Most people that are using are youth because they are the dominant user overall worldwide. World is on our fingertips, all thanks to social media. We have to buy something, we use cards, we use apps. We used to see something, we definitely go to our phones and use any kind of app. Anywhere in the world we go, we just don't need anything except our mobile phones. I hope you remember a few days back, it's almost been 15 days, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, social media, everything was off for more than 6 hours. Literally, I just could not sit on my bed
I was moving from bed to sofa, sofa to chair, going for a walk and coming back and seeing chala hai nahi chala, is it started or not? And I can tell you that started at 3:07 a.m. because I was up watching when will it start working. And most of the people were scrolling, turning their internet off, starting their Wi-Fi again, till they get to know it's been a globally worldwide shutdown of WhatsApp, Instagram, and other apps. So everything has a benefits and misuses as well. Like a coin. Coin has two sides. Same way, social media has its own benefits as well as disadvantages as well. The most common thing that we are using, it's useful for the purpose of education. We don't have to take bundles of dictionary everywhere. Even I guess in reading from science to any comic book or anything, it's my habit that I go to Google and find the meaning of the word that I'm unable to pronounce, unable to read, and how to use that word in sentences. With the help of social media, I can just do it with my phone. So it's a very helpful tool to use in the education, as we can globally connect to anywhere in the world, taking classes online, being able to share knowledge. As this COVID happened, we were able to connect our friends and family. Even right now, we are able to connect to our KTC family through Zoom, a social media app. So all thanks to the social media. The second thing, have you guys noticed that these days we don't usually bother to buy to a bookstore or anywhere to get a newspaper specifically? I still remember when I was a kid, daily at the morning, the newspaper person came to drop the newspaper, and my grandfather used to ask me, please read the headlines. And I don't remember like in ages, like in years, that someone has given me the newspaper to read, except when you're traveling in a train and they're just going newspaper, and nobody did to buy it, right? So people using social apps to read the newspaper because it's been gradually upgrading of a single second news that's been updating on the platforms. The third next thing is new artists. The artists who have talents can easily upload their, showcase their talent or whatever the work they do on social media platform out of free, and they can globally reach the audience and their work can be appreciated. The next thing, whenever you use YouTube, do you get irritated by multiple ads coming in between? And you're like, we are watching something and this ad starting popping up. So different brands have used this platform to promote their brands and content in terms of advertising. So it's basically an advertising hub that's been using these days. Okay, so I personally use a social media account that I've created back in 2020, and I started putting information related to my work as a doctor. When COVID pandemic started, I started putting information related to COVID, what to do, what not to do. But I feel there are also disadvantages. Like I keep on using phone before I sleep, after I wake up, it's the first thing that I used to see. And somehow I got addicted to it. So it's very important to make a balance between using a social media to being academically active and your physical activity. Like the amount of information we are sharing on social media sometimes lead to predators and hackers, and cyberbullying can affect anyone in the entire world. So a right amount of balance is very important. Anything that is used more or over the time can have the disadvantages, and it could lead to your own disadvantages. That's all. Thank you.
Yes, you are very much right, because time has been changed and we have entered into digital world. I remember that in my childhood, we used to write a letter to our relatives and it showed some kind of love. But now it's a common practice that we keep on sending messages through WhatsApp and other gadgets, applications, but we can't get away with this. So we have to live with this new technology. So now we have another speaker, and I think TM is TM Azhar Khan.
Yes.
So TM Azhar Khan, and his speech is being evaluated by TM Imran Rana. TM Imran Rana, please describe the project details.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, Toastmaster Mohammad Azhar Khan will going to deliver his second speech from evaluation and feedback. He has delivered first speech, and I'm sure he had received the feedback. Now I'm going to see whether those feedbacks are being covered. If there are any more feedbacks required, I'll definitely give him. So the speech title of the speech is "I'm Not a Robot." I'm not a robot. Toastmaster Azhar Khan, the stage is yours. 5 to 7 minutes is the time duration.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nana. You did the best my introduction. Thank you. Timer, who is timer? Okay. What I'm start? No. Okay. Today, I woke up early in the morning. Normally, I got up in the morning, but today is very special day for me. I can't explain you, but I'm trying to myself. That is very precious day for me, for my life, my entire life. Because I got up early morning, I didn't have any work for me, for myself. I was free. I was shocked. After pray, I thought, what should I do next? I have got to make a decision at the time. Azhar should do something, explore something new. Okay, what should I have done? Nothing planned, nothing, any preparation. I thought, okay, I should watch the movie, but not a Hollywood. Start from the Lollywood. And search on YouTube and just go start the movie. Yes, there's something present in the local language and start on. Focus and passionate. After a few seconds, someone present and very high, and he has big mustache, a big stick, and in front of the market. I don't know, after a few seconds, some guys came over there and is standing in front of him, and they're starting conversation very loud. I was focused over what I think they showed us some new idea and some new conversation. But I don't know what happened. They started fighting with each other. Okay. They had some kind of tradition. No problem. Just focus on watching the movie. And after a few seconds, after fighting, they went back to home. And then that guy, big mustache and stick, very injured and very tired in the home. Suddenly, one lady came over there. I think a woman, or there was I think girl. I have no idea what is the criteria of they hired the heroine in the film, but I have the many ladies in the Karachi interior, especially Islamabad, Lahore, everything. But I don't know. They hired. I don't know. They have which kind of the criteria of the heroine. But I think she was girl. I think she came in the room and just say, "What happened?" It's very typical style. What happened? Nothing. No problem. Just okay. Just enjoy it and just make up and okay. After I was thinking they make some plan of the retake. I started some music. I started dance. I don't know why I put the romantic scene over there, but okay. The director or writer had some strategy of the criteria, but okay. I was focused and they started some kind of. I was thinking now I have experience of Hollywood and Bollywood when I started dance with the hero and just or started. No, he was standing like a statue and she started dance. Okay, one by one, first turn and second turn. I was okay. This is start, but no, I share my some standards. I wrote my poetry, but you feel that you are my patient. She was dancing on the floor. Looks like someone drilling on the wall. A man was like a statue. A very strange music. Tick, 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 tick. The man was staring at the dancer. The dancer moving around him like a bull moving in the gym. They were clothes very shiny, yellow and pink, green. No one was skinny. I did not say, who is that? I say, what is that? The woman shook me. Warm hand and no calm. They were very serious, I think. Ridiculous, very ridiculous. I moved them. Said, okay, I should explore the Bollywood side and go to Tamil Nadu. I was thinking they fight to each other like an alien. No, leave it. I thought I should go. I should go to Hollywood. But first I heard about opera. I'm trying to. One guy start the men with big height and big size and start the woman was, ooh, I just stopped them. Okay. That was Italian. I think I didn't understand. Okay. I moved the English opera. Start the music. Slowly music. Like a night mode. And poetry start. Night time sharpens. Night is sensation. Darkness destroys and wakes an imagination. Silently the senses abandon their defenses. Slowly, gently, night unfurled its splendor, grasp its senses, tremulous and tender. He is believing, music deceiving, heart is lighting, soft as starlight, candlelight. Dare you trust the music of the night? During song I slept. Again, I woke up again and slept. After some okay, then just take a shower, okay, refresh. Now what should I do? Nothing. Because I have missed all time. Okay, just I think should go office. Because my daily routine go office, do the work and back to home and take something for the breakfast of the next day. But that day I realized to do something new because you are human. You are not a robot. So that's why something new, something special for your learning, for your catharsis, for the refresh your mind. We are human. We are not a robot. That's my vision. It's so like gym, park, go anywhere and explore to use some new ideas. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, dear mother, for telling us that we are human, we are not robot. And you didn't tell us the movie name, so I'll call you after meeting. So I think all speeches have been done.
Yes.
Speech session has closed. So now since we know that our today theme is teamwork make a dream work. So I've written a word team, and team consists basically 4 words: T for together, E for everyone, A for achieve, and M for more. So I personally believe that if we work together, we can achieve anything. Nothing is impossible. But I have seen that sometimes it doesn't work. Case number 1, if the leader has a vision, but they don't have a great team. Case number 2, leader does not have a potential despite have a great team. So both should be on the same page. So now we are moving into our next segment, and that is table topic session. And table topic session is being conducted by TM Raishan. I would like to hand over the charge to TM Raishan. So now you are the pilot and you have to take off the flight safely. Time is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Today I'll be doing the table topics session, and it is also my active listening project. Evaluator. Yes. Okay. Teamwork makes dream works. We all together can achieve more. The topics for today, I would first of all like to call Toastmaster Sarfaraz. Is he there? Yes, he is. DTM Sarfaraz. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So the word of the day today is effective. And the topic for you, sir, is, do you believe that having diversity and inclusion can lead to more innovative and creative ideas or to more conflicts? Do you believe that having diversity and inclusion can lead to more innovative and creative ideas or to more conflicts?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Earlier this morning, I received a message from Toastmaster Imran Khan wanting to see if I would like to be an evaluator. And I thought I should say yes, because if I'm an evaluator, the chances are Toastmaster Rabia will spare me when it comes to asking table topics questions. But I was not efficient enough to respond in a timely fashion. Your question about diversity, yes, it matters in businesses when people with different ideas come together and present their ideas. So it only works if people in meetings or conferences are willing to express their ideas. Many times it happens, especially when you have a very dominant leader who does not wish others to express their opinion. In that case, the diversity is of no value. If people always agree with the leader, then sometimes the boat is going to sink. So it is important that in business, in any environment where you have team members, that everyone expresses their ideas. Diversity doesn't mean men, women, young, old. Diversity also means people with different backgrounds, different social backgrounds expressing their ideas. When people with various backgrounds express their ideas, sometimes new ideas come to life. And when you implement them, you might achieve. We see quite a bit of diversity within the Toastmasters clubs throughout the world. So yes, Madam Table Topics Master, diversity is a very good thing in teamwork and in business and elsewhere. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, DTM Sarfaraz, and you are very correct that I would have not called you if you were doing an evaluation. And further, I believe that KTC is a board that will not sink because we have diversity of topics done by the members, and our president do not always agree with us. So our board will not sink. We have a lot of conflicts. My second topic today would be for Toastmaster Tuba Khan. She's a guest. Tuba Khan is a guest. Tuba, are you available?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my topic for you today is, can you share an incident where teamwork and collaboration helped you achieve a goal? Can you share any incident where teamwork and collaboration helped you achieve a goal?
Yes, Tuba, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Could you hear the topic? Can you speak a little louder?
I'm thinking about it.
She's thinking about it, she's saying.
Okay, okay.
So can we come back to her?
Maybe, yeah. you can move on to.
Okay, Tuba, I'll come back to you again. I would like to call guest Shakil. Effective communication is an extremely important component of team building. Virtual teams communicate effectively. How can virtual teams communicate effectively? And the word of the day is effective.
Effective.
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Oh.
I will try to say something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I can, but I'll try. So virtual nowadays, last you all know that after the COVID, most of the offices started meetings online and on Zoom, and what I understand, virtual. So people that was a new experience for all the people to make their meetings, office meetings and other meetings on Zoom. And I heard in America and Europe that most of the offices, they close their offices, and they save their daily expenses, and started the virtual meetings, and they are effective, in terms of getting people, all the people on board on the same time, easily, and the daily office expense, they have also saved their office expenses, transportations and other things. So I think this is all.
Thank you so much. And I agree that using the Zoom meetings and using social media, the internet has reduced our traffic time, and we all can start on time without any excuses of coming late due to traffic. So I agree to that point. I would now like to call Toastmaster.
Excuse me, table topic master. Can I also have a chance? TM Hiba.
Yes. Okay, Toastmaster Hiba, for you, my topic is together everyone can achieve more. Together everyone can achieve more.
Okay. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Together, when I joined fellow Toastmasters and guests, when I joined Toastmasters around 4 years ago, I was a single person struggling with my communication skill and struggling with my communication skill, trying to overcome nervousness, trying to face my fears. And over the passage of 4 years, I've tried developing the habit of being consistent, being a better speaker. Although I am slacking in giving prepared speeches according to DTM Talha's reminder last time, but I try to become a better speaker. I have overcome my fear, and with DTM Talha, TM Imran's help, and other members also encouraging me, together I have achieved what I initially aimed of achieving through Toastmasters Club. And together, like TM Rabia said, that together we can achieve more. And it has joining Toastmasters Club has also made me an efficient speaker. And with the passage of time, hopefully when I come back on track of giving prepared speeches, I'll become a better speaker in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hiba Raishan, and I agree that please do come back and give more speeches. And I also agree that the journey of Toastmasters teaches us a lot of things, and it is because that we are all together and everyone here is a mentor and they teach us, and this teamwork makes the dreams work for people like me. That's all. Thank you so much. Please, that's what keep telling me. They're over time.
We have to call, how many speakers? Three.
Three. I called four, but you called.
So now table topic session has been ended, and before moving into another segment, I would like to request all of you to please cast your vote best prepared speeches segment. Voting link will be sharing by TM Latif Mansoor Ali very shortly, and you can cast your vote through this poll. So now I'm going to it's a time of evaluation and feedback segment, and I would like to call to run this segment TM Javed Bhatti. Please come here and please conduct this segment.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I am your General Evaluator today. And as a General Evaluator, my task is divided into 4 different parts. First, I will call for prepared speech evaluators, where each speaker will be evaluated by their respective evaluator. And explaining this role in detail for the benefit of our guests, so that they can know what is a task and what is a job exactly is of a general evaluator. Then we will call for table topics evaluator, who will evaluate each speaker who just spoke into the table topic session. Then I will call for my team, which make the dream work, the role holders, to give their respective reports. And in the end, I shall give my general evaluation of the meeting. So let's roll and commence with the evaluation of prepared speeches. And we have a stacked and star-studded lineup of speakers and evaluators today. So let's begin. For the first speaker, Toastmaster Karim Meghani. His evaluator was Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. I would like to call our very own Toastmaster Latif to come on to the digital stage and give his evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster Latif. He's in the office.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Javed Bhatti. If everyone today had listened to Karim Meghani's speech, I think he has fulfilled each and everyone's bucket list. And I don't mean that bucket list which we have to do it for our future. This is for everybody who takes care of themselves, life after life. So thank you very much, first of all, Karim Meghani, for giving this wonderful speech on civic duties. And it realized our potential of how much we are worth. And it made me such an easier work for us. We all can donate one book, one bucket, at least one child at every government school we can offer his education. Secondly, the blood camp. And yes, I love the moment you shared these 2 things with those society which needed the most. Now, I find it all very much interesting, but I felt like, how about having those articles to be shared before the speech? For example, like, we know that you're going to speak about civic duties. If you would have shared your article or pictures, so I think this would have engaged more to the audience. Plus, this was an important, well-timed speech of yours. I felt that you have perfectly made this as a best speech of yours. How about adding few things like a storytelling? You had a vision. You saw them as what were the list you were supposed to activate as an active listening, active participation. And you manage 150 staff, but what were their feelings? How were their, yes, they were awake at 6 a.m. right at your office, but after the duty, what were their feelings? I would have loved to listen more of their remarks on the achievement of that day. Other than that, it was well planned, well written, well explained civic duties. Had it more on the drama side, for example, the expressions of the people who you helped and the people who had lent their hand to the needful people would have made this a perfect speech. Thank you very much for every time you are on the stage, educating us about what is a real name of being human. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. The next speaker was a guest speaker, DTM Malik Mohammed Umair. It was thoroughly enjoyable to listen to you, sir. And he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rabia. Toastmaster Rabia, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Distinguished Toastmaster Malik Umair, I must say that it took me a few minutes to gather my nervousness and the butterflies because I volunteered for this evaluation without even asking who the speaker was. And it is a very hard job for a new Toastmaster to evaluate someone like you. But I remember DTM Alok's education session about evaluation in which he said that DTM means do teach me. So I'll try to evaluate. You started with a story and with an event where you were going to a meeting and you met one of your ex-students. I must say that your clarity of your speech is always very clear and crisp, and everyone can understand what you are saying because you take pauses and you take your time to make your words sound very clear. You introduced your mentors, both of your mentors, but you kept their identity a mystery, which hooked us up till the end of the speech, because we wanted to know who these amazing people were and who are your mentors. So that was a very good strategy to just name them as mentor one and first mentor and second mentor. Also, the use of your stage when you were talking about your second mentor, you mark your spaces when you were talking about yourself, and you change your space, your position when you were talking about your mentor. So it is always very clear when you distinguish speakers, if you are giving an example. Just a little thing that I missed was tonal quality, because when you were speaking of your second mentor, you could have acted out his voice and changed it a little bit to bring a variety in your voice quality and tonal quality. Overall, the message you gave all the proteges here who was attending this meeting to adapt, to change, to respect, and most of all, to reach out for help from your mentors. You have delivered your speech and you have given us very efficient ways to know what a protege's work is and how we can learn from our mentors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rabia. Our third speaker was Toastmaster Rabia herself, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. Over to you, Toastmaster Noreen.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Today, we learned some horrible stats about children education. What a great speech delivered by Toastmaster Rabia. It was very inspirational, as what can I say, a very informational speech for all of us. like every effective speech, for every effective speech, you must have three components. You started with the KHC opening by sharing a stats that 1 billion students are losing educational institution because of COVID. And when you share stats, you grasp the audience, and we came to know that something about children education is going to share in the speech. Then you move towards body, in which you shared some more stats about children education. And then you shared that what can we do? And then you switch to TCF, its vision, and then an impactful conclusion that we might not be able to change the world, but we can change someone's life. It was a great speech. You were very confident. And like we all know, there is always room for improvement. But what I want to share is that transitions in the speech could be improved. Like you shared some stats, and then you move towards the TCF working, and then abruptly towards conclusion. If I could be at your place, I would start with some stats, and then I would share the reasons about these causes, and then in the body I could share what can we do. Then I would have moved towards the TCF working, its vision, and some practical examples at how it is bringing children to schools, because government schools are already providing free education. I could share some testimonials of the kids who have already doing great job in their personal lives, so that audience would be attracted more towards the working and the noble cause of TCF. And at some points of your speech, vocal variety could also be improved. Like when you said, Balochistan is the most hit. You could lower down your, I could be at your place, I could lower down my tone so that people could understand the severity of the issue. And in your speech, I observed so many stats. I think 1 or 2 important stats in a speech are sufficient. When we share so much information, it can distract the audience and we lose the essence of the speech. Overall, it was a great speech, a little bit working on transition of the speech, some voice modulations, and voice modulations. The speech could be improved. I wish her great luck for her future projects. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. Our next speaker was DTM Talha Ahmed, and I would like to invite on stage his evaluator, Toastmaster Ali Asher Anjum.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So my target speaker, DTM Talha, and all expenses paid to trip to La La Land. It is a word of mouth that DTM Talha is a great storyteller, and today it was evident, and we all witnessed his brilliance and efficiency in storytelling. He just started with a situation which is relatable to all of us. Then he mesmerized, then hypnotized, and took all of us to the La La Land. And we all were just amazed at how he just delivered his project on and just delivered the story with such ease. Starting with his hand gestures, that was efficient. And the way he built curiosity throughout his story was amazing. That hooked all of us throughout his speech. He used humor, climax, anticlimax that always engage all of us as between those 5 to 7 minutes. His eye contact was pertinent and optimal, but this is my duty to highlight some of the things that he can improve to make his speech more better. He can use this area well throughout his speech. I feel that he was too much in this posture rather than moving into the stage. He can bring more drama in his story because this is a story, so we can expect some of those things in it, like drama, more suspense, thrilling. Overall, the speech was amazing with a very unique message that the deadliest disease can be a cure. Over to you, the general event.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Imran Rana, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Wajahat.
Thank you very much. My target speaker is Imran Rana. And sorry if I made any mistake. This is the first time I am standing in front of you physically. Let's come on the speech. What I observed while listening to him or observing to him, his confidence was outclass. Like he was speaking with a fluent language. He was so confident. The breath was not shaking as I am. You can feel when you see me. It was not happen when he was speaking. Facial expression was fantastic. Like when you speak in the front of people, there must be a positive facial expression which can show you the positive energy. So I can observe this kind of energy in him. Body language was very good. Like when you talk in front of the people, you have to cover many places. Like he can easily walk confidently like this. And if he want like to and fro, he was moving constantly. It was showing that he was having a very good grip while he was speaking in front of us. Although we are not many people, but definitely we have to manage our body language when we speak in front of the people. The start was so exciting. This could be so aggressive as well to capture the audience, but it was well enough. It was very excited because the way he just started speaking, like we cannot start like that. Like he showed a good confidence in that. Posture was so positive. His dressing was so good, according to the scenario. Not like me. Dressing was so good, and I observed very positive thing that when he speaks English, like he speaks fluently. There was no major mistakes. There was no grammatical mistakes. He was speaking fluently and with a accurate grammatical order. That was very good thing I observed. Walk and talk. Eye contact was very good. It can be a bit improved. It's a humble request. It can be. Like he's very senior, so definitely like it can be improved. Like you can just go like a roar of loin. You can just be on the audience. Voice vibration up and down. He went up when required. He went down when required. That was the awesome, the bestest thing I observed in his speech. That when he want to put any impact on any word, that was so good. He was so confident, and he put loud voice on that. And when he just want to deliver the message in a smooth way, it was a very good way. in spite of having technical interruption, like there was a technical interruption, the people were talking on the Zoom, he managed well while we speak. He did not lose the confidence. That was very good. And the ending was so good. That was a great ending. He just closed the thing, whatever he wanted to speak. He closed the proper, the story, the announcement, and then he lose. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Wajahat. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Navinta Karan, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Karim Meghani. Over to you, Toastmaster Karim.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, TM Navinta Karan. Today she was talking about reliance on social media. You know, the subject is so touchy for us because this particular subject we all are going through in our lives these days. How we can manage our real life and how we can manage our social media life, because social media has become a personality for us. So when I saw the topic and when I was expecting that, you know, she will be talking on some positives and negatives of social media and how it impacted her deeply, and how she is really coping up with this particular challenge of social media. I consider it as a challenge because it's a new thing. So she covered almost everything, the positives, the negatives. She was talking about newspaper. I'll tell you, I mean, in a communication also is part of my work. Still a lot of people read newspaper. You said that, you know, people are not reading newspaper and they are going to social media, but still the newspaper medium is the numbers are really high. So I think that, you know, when we are quoting this particular any this kind of example, when we are making comparisons, I think we need to be a little bit of accurate. If I had be you, maybe I'll go Google it, that, you know, what is the numbers of a news paper media and what is the social media numbers. Social media is taking everything, but news media is still there. Other side, you know, you started with your personal challenges. You were talking about, you know, how your life is affected. I don't know if it is part of your speech that you were saying that, you know, I got asthma and I'm delivering the speech. I want to deliver my speech. So maybe make it very clear when you are starting your speech that, you know, is it part of your speech or you are just making an introduction, you know, just to make a connection with people. I think that was the one thing which I felt it. Basic speech structure was there. Conclusion can be better. I felt that, you know, conclusion can be, you know, when we are talking about conclusion, that what your reliance on social media, is it positive and negative for you personally, you feel now, and how we can improve on it. I think that's what one particular thing you can work on. Your body movement also, I think that, you know, you are there physically, you can use the stage. You know, that movement of stage, I didn't find it particularly. I think you were there, yes. Let me check it again. But also on the other side, voice modulation, when you are discussing about, you know, maybe you can have a dialogue, a story with your family, how social media is impacting you. Otherwise, brilliant speech. All the best for your future projects.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karim Meghani. Our final speaker today was Toastmaster Azhar Khan, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Imran Rana.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Javed Bhatti. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today Toastmaster Azhar Khan delivered quite an amazing speech, and the speech title was quite interesting. I'm not a robot. So he started his speech with a story story of about himself that being quite busy person, so he started one day he woke up and instead of doing the routine tasks, so he decided to work whatever he wanted to. And he told us stories about how he started watching the movies, then he jumped from the Lollywood to Bollywood and Bollywood to Hollywood, right? And during his speech, we found some new talents in Toastmaster Azhar that the songs I'm sure he has written by himself all those songs, and they were quite interesting and quite amazing. Throughout your speech, your body language was perfectly aligned. I was quite amazed by your confidence level. I didn't hear ahs, ums. Your body language was perfectly aligned with your speech. Your hand gestures you were using quite well. And so I would give you full marks in your body language. But I've observed that the word da, you use a lot of time. So you need to work upon that. Sometimes it's more like non-connective and it feels like filler word. So you can work upon that as well. Sometimes I observe that last evaluation, your evaluator point out that you need to work upon your grammatical on grammar as well. I observed that most of the time you were using good grammar, but there were few areas where you need to improve on your grammar as well. Overall, you delivered a fantastic speech. It was quite entertaining, and I'm sure everyone loved your speech because I heard a lot of laughter during your speech. So it was quite amazing. The way you use the stage, it was quite good. All you need to work upon these two improvement areas. Overall, in next speeches, we will see some good, interesting, and what do we call amazing speech from you. Over to you.
It feels nice to shake hands after a long, long time. So I was totally forgotten this ritual of Toastmasters. So this concludes our first session, which was table topics evaluation. Now we shall move on to the
There is one evaluation also. And that will be also Rabia's activism.
Okay. Yeah. So there is one more evaluation, right? Of Toastmaster Rabia's project, and this evaluation will be delivered by Toastmaster Imran Rana again.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today Toastmaster Rabia was the table topic master, but she was in the same time she was doing her project of active listening. So the project was all about to make comments on speakers after the end of each speaker speech. You started quite well. You prepared your table topics according to the theme, and one by one you called the speaker, and after the end of every speaker you gave your feedback that shows that you were listening actively to the speaker. Your whole concentration of the speaker was there. When the guest Shakil came, I would suggest that since he's he's a guest, so he came for the first time. So I would suggest that you should have appreciate the speaker as well. That will encourage the speaker, and it also boosts the moral of the speaker. And what I observed that the topics you selected were quite lengthy. So what you can do, you can come up with short and brief topic come up with some easy topics, although they were quite good and the speakers spoke quite well. So only this area of improvement, otherwise you did your active listening task quite well. So congratulations on that.
All right, finally, this concludes our first part, which was prepared speech evaluations. Now we shall move on to our next. So I have to call for DTM Shahrukh, we have to wait for some time more. So I'll call for the votes for the best evaluator. And while you are all voting on the group, on the WhatsApp group, I take this time to introduce our table topics evaluator.
First, actually, there's an appeal from the vote counter that please, everyone who hasn't voted, please vote on the previous polls as well. And the evaluator poll is about to be floated on the club's WhatsApp group.
All right. So with this, I hand over the charge to our table topics evaluator, DTM Shahrukh Shahnawaz.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I hope I am audible. Am I audible?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. So, table topic session. As I've always said, that table topic session represents the true spirit of Toastmaster. Because as a speaker or as a member or as someone who's attending the meeting, you are simply asked to come on the stage and speak on a given topic, and you have to speak. So this is so this represents for me the true spirit and essence of Toastmasters. I would like to begin with making some general observations that eye contact was overall missing. And when I say eye contact, I mean to say that on the online meeting, we are trying our best to see eye to eye with the camera. So it is also difficult for me, as you can see, that I'm still struggling to see at the camera and speak. So that is something that we need to improve when speaking, especially online. And second, that overall speeches were nice, but conclusion were a bit missing. I have noticed that the conclusion were abrupt. So if the speaker can, it is again very difficult to come up with a sound and satisfying conclusion when we are table topic speakers. So that area could have been improved. Otherwise, the speeches were well drafted and they were well spoken. So our first speaker was Sarfraz Nazir. I'm sorry if I'm not taking your name correctly. Salutations were present in your speech, and body language and eye contact while you were sitting. So there was not much to evaluate in that area, but your hand movements could have been a bit improved. And structure opening body well, brilliant opening and a great body. I learned when you say that you wouldn't have called me if I would have agreed to be an evaluator. So that was the best line. You engaged the entire audience. I have also said in the past that when we are sharing our personal experience, our personal emotions, that is the time when the speaker is truly connecting with the audience. Again, a conclusion could have been a bit improved, but otherwise, brilliant speech. Congratulations, sir, and I enjoyed listening to you a lot. Our second speaker was Shakiluddin. He was the guest. Again, salutations were there, and you were on the stage, and also that you utilized the stage very well. Again, conclusion was missing, but the body was there, and you rightly said that using Zoom meeting not only save times, but it also eliminates the possibility of any one of us making excuses for not attending the meeting. So that was again a brilliant content. Toastmaster Hiba, you were given the topic "Together We Can Achieve More." Today you volunteered, and your enthusiasm is appreciable. So I was really surprised and happy to see you so much enthusiastic for today's tabletop for your participation in table topic session today. Salutations were included, and you had a very nice voice modulation. I could feel and listen to all the fluctuations, and today you were very relaxed as compared to your performance in the past. So this is a great improvement, and I would hope that even in the future projects you will continue to be relaxed. Again, you were sitting, so not much area to evaluate with respect to body language, but you could have used your hand movement a bit more. Great structure, only the conclusion was missing. Otherwise, a great speech, and I liked, and we are all waiting for your prepared speeches. So hope to listen to your prepared speech soon. Congratulations on completing your task. With this, I would like to hand over the charge back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Shahrukh, for your enlightening evaluations of table topics. And this concludes our table topics evaluation session. And I would like to call upon my tag team for this meeting. And the first role player is of grammarian, which is Toastmaster Sidra Awan. Toastmaster Sidra, would you like to take over the charge and represent your report?
Sure. Thank you, TM Javed Bhatti. So my role today was of grammarian. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So let me start up. There were a few things that I have noticed. I'm just going to take them right away so people can improve upon them and be a better speaker, of course. So the first thing I noticed was she said to me, I would say when you ask someone a question, you would have used or you could have used she told me or she answered rather than saying she said to me, right? There was one speaker. Then again, agreed the idea is the wrong thing. Agreed with the idea is the correct version. At the morning is wrong. In the morning is fine. And then there was one expression, in between. You see ads in between. So I think you could have used, you see ads popping up during the video or during the content that you're watching. One more thing that I would like to mention here was, will going to deliver is wrong sentence. Is going to or will deliver is correct sentence. Other than that, the choice of words, I'm going to mention a couple of sentences that I noticed could have used better choice, better words. Clothes were shiny. Isn't that feeling? You could have used clothes were flashy or had fluorescent colors or very eye-catching, something like that. So this was from my report on grammar, use of grammar, or maybe whereby we can improve and use better grammar, better vocabulary, better pronunciation of the words. With that said, I'm going to add one more point here that I have learned it with time, and I'm going to share my experience with you all as you are my peers and my fellow Toastmasters. That while you speak, enunciation or stressing on a syllable is very important. It basically portrays the confidence and the command on your language or on your vocabulary, on your speech. So don't stop or don't just let the words flow out of your mouth. Just make sure that every word is pronounced properly and every word and every syllable can be listened to and heard and attended to, so people can enjoy when you speak. People can try to comprehend better when you speak rather than just attentively try to comprehend or guess what you are saying. So this was something I used to miss. I'm still not there, but I'm trying to improve. So I would like you to improve with me as well. Other than that, I would like to emphasize on one more thing, that is try to use synonyms for words that are very usual. For example, new. You can replace it with a better word like novel or fresh or maiden, things like that. Other examples could be interesting. Interesting is a word that we use a lot of times. So you can use intriguing or engaging or equipping, something like that. And one more thing, last thing, I'm not going to take more time. When we used to, since we are speaking and we are going to become better speakers, let's try and work together on the usage of words which are expressive enough, rather than using the same words which doesn't have the oomph factor. Like, for example, you need to use very, very, very nice. No, let's try and use mind-boggling or something like that, that the word itself is so expressive that you don't need to use very or extremely or immensely. So this is one of my, these are one of a few observations that I had and I wanted to share. And thank you very much for giving me the stage to deliver my thoughts and share my ideas with you. Thank you very much from my side. And I'm going to hand it over to Mr. General Evaluator or Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sidra, for your extensive report. My next team player is Toastmaster Imran Rana, who is going to present his report as an R counter.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I must say the prepared speeches were outstanding because there were very few ahs. Starting with Toastmaster Karim Meghani, there were no filler words, no ahs. Then PQD Malik Umar, no single filler words, no ahs. Then we had Toastmaster Rabia Zishan. I hardly found two ahs. There were no filler words. Then we had Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. Outstanding, no filler words, no ahs. Then it was me with quite many arms, and I'm sure there must be filler words too. Then we had Toastmaster Navinta Karan. We should give her a big round of applause because her speech was extempore speech, but there were so many arms. There were 11 arms, non-connective so 6 times, and you use the word okay 6 times. Then we had Toastmaster Azhar.
We can't hear you, Toastmaster Imran Rana.
I think his Zoom is signed out.
Maybe we can't hear him now. DTM Talha? DTM Talha? Are you there? I can't hear anyone.
Hello, we cannot hear you.
Hello, we cannot hear you.
All right, am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible
So
now.
our final role player, the second last role player is Toastmaster Hiva Raishan, and she will be presenting her report as a listener. Over to you, Toastmaster Hiva.
Actually, there's no power at her place. So she said that if it doesn't come back, she won't be able to, she doesn't have a backup.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Hiva. Is not present in the meeting. I guess she had to leave for some technical issues because of technical issues. So I would like to call our last facilitator, Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. He will be presenting his report as a timer.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. The meeting started 5 minutes late, and we started our prepared speeches session at 7:11. We should have started it at 7:05, but there was a saving grace, and that was withdrawal of or unavailability of 2 speakers. Most of the speakers remained within time, admirably within time. They utilized most of their time, and they did not exceed their time, except for one speaker, who is Toastmaster Imran Rana, who exceeded 4 minutes, which in itself is not a long speech, but it exceeded his project time. The table topic session started at 8:14. It should have started at 8:20. So we were making good time by then, again, due to the aforementioned two speeches. And all the 3 speakers spoke for less than 2 minutes. The GE session started at 8:24, again, well before time. The evaluators all were well within time, except for the last evaluator, Toastmaster Imran, during evaluation of Toastmaster Rabia's active listening project. You just utilized 1 minute 45 seconds. And Toastmaster Wajahat, you ended your evaluation at exactly 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So congratulations on that. Really, really tough thing to achieve. The table topics evaluator today, unlike his usual sessions, you went a little bit over time. You took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The grammarian report was very, very comprehensive. Again, apologies for using the word very. It was splendid. But it took 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So in your report itself, perhaps you could have cut down on the exposition and then just cut to the chase of your grammarian report to curtail the time a little bit. And Toastmaster Imran Rana's accounting report, it took 2 minutes. So that was my timer report. Over to you.
Toastmaster Tala, you forgot to shake your hand. We have to, start this thing again. We are back to normal.
Oh, yes.
So finally, the role players are done, and I will be presenting my report as a general evaluator. In any learning process, I guess evaluation plays a very important role. And evaluations in Toastmasters are pivotal and of mammoth importance in order to efficiently continue your journey as a path into the pathways and eventually become a better speaker. So today's meeting, I noted down some pros and cons. So first, we'll go with the pros. The change of room from the normal sunflower room finally into the orchard room. It feels nice. It has a nice vibe to it, good lighting, no technical glitches, thankfully. So finally, we are getting the hang of hybrid meetings, and things are shaping up. It is all syncing up very well. There was a sign of Toastmasters meeting room highlighted at 2 or 3 places into the venue. That was a good thing. I didn't have to ask anybody for the Toastmasters meeting. I just followed the sign and I reached to the meeting hall. And the cons now. As always, there are some unexpected roles being assigned at the very last moment. And today what happened was one of the evaluator was dropped out and we had to assign the role of an evaluator to another Toastmaster. If somebody is not able to join the meeting for any reason, he should have informed in advance to the PQD and to the PVP, to the Sergeant at Arms or anyone into the
PQD of the club.
Into the PQD of the club, so that we can have the alternate and we don't have to go through this sudden appointment of a role player. The meeting is supposed to end at 9:30 and we are well within time. In the end, I would like to just share my feedback that previously in the pre-corona world, we had the physical meetings which were jam-packed. And now, slowly but surely, we are getting attendance back and things are getting back to normal. But I would like to see this hall full. And this room is very small for a KTC meeting. So I would like to see the same tradition being revived again. And I would like to request all the members of KTC to fully participate into the meetings and join physically if you can. Thank you. That's about it. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Who was the word master? Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah.
I thought that the technical glitches affected my role.
No, today we have human glitches.
Well, it's not a glitch. It's not a glitch because your role is not mentioned on the agenda.
No, I think the role was not understood probably by anyone also, because only 2 people used it in my observation. DTM Sarfraz Nazir, I think, you know, he's an amazing speaker and he's so much experience. The moment he started his table topic speech, he used the word. That was wonderful. And then TM Ali Asher, I think he used in the evaluation. When he was doing evaluation of DTM Tala, he used quite a couple of times. The word was efficient. We use it a lot for team building. In fact, my speech was team building. I didn't use it. So I should improve on it also. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for this report, short and concise. Now, finally, I would like to hand over the charge to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Farah.
What an informative session have been ended under the supervision of TM Javed Bhatti. And I'm sure that everybody must have been learned a lot, and we can apply these advices, tips in our upcoming speeches, and we can improve ourselves. So before it's time to wrap up the meeting, but I would like to request all of you to please cast your vote, big 4 votes, and voting link will be showing on your screen. And that I would like to call Mr. President DM Tala bin Abid, who will try to conclude the meeting.
Thanks. What do you mean try to conclude? Okay. So, fellow Toastmasters guests, this is the last closing session of the meeting. And incredibly, it's only 9:15. And that despite us starting at 6:50. So it's incredible. Today we had some very special features of the meeting. We originally enlisted 9 speakers, which is a first, I believe. 2 obviously had to step away. That's not that unusual as well. I think there was great synergy between the online and in-person portion of the meeting. I think the arrangements made by our VP Education are to be admired this week. They were, I think, very efficient. Oh, word of the day. Very efficiently done, and they were seamless today. The room itself lends itself well to a Toastmasters meeting, I believe. And yes, I dream of a day when this room becomes too small. But you know, people who return to Toastmasters meetings after several weeks should not complain about there being too little people for a physical meeting. Anyhow, it was a general remark and not targeted at anyone. So I'm just receiving the results of our voting. And okay, so I have received, just a second. Okay, I have received 2 poll results. The first is Best Table Topic Speaker, and that is by a landslide, DTM Sarfraz Nazir. Congratulations. Then we have Best Speaker, and there was some very close contest, and the winner has just won by, I believe, 1 vote. That was, I swear, not mine, because I am the winner. So yeah, I am the best speaker. All right, yeah. Okay. And we are yet to receive the rest of the result, but there's one more vote. One more result, and that is the Critics' Choice Award. And for those who don't know, the Critics' Choice Award is an award based on the International Speech Contest ballot, and we traditionally announce the top 3. So yes, appropriately enough, we have our PQD Malik Umair back with us. So congratulations, PQD back. According to the critic, I don't know who the critic is. Only our VP Education knows. So you can catch him later and have maybe a chat with him. According to the critic, 3rd place goes to our DTM Malik Umair. 2nd place goes to Toastmaster Rabia. And first place goes to me. Again, if you have any issues with this, I'm not responsible at all. I can certify. Please take up your complaints to our VP Education, who arranged the secret judge. Next, we have, we have a best facilitator, and that is by a land flight, Toastmaster Sidra Emma. Congratulations. And next, we have our best Big Four. And best Big Four goes to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Facilitator. So congratulations to all the winners, and special gratitude to two very special people from Islamabad who joined and made this meeting very special. Of course, one is our member, so I really don't need to thank her, but still I would thank her. And that is Toastmaster Nori, simply because she remains very busy and she is doing household chores while attending these meetings. DTM Malik Umair, you wouldn't know this, he didn't let you feel this, but he's not at home. He's actually at a family vacation trip, and he spoke from there. So sincere gratitude, and of course, our honorary member DTM Sarfraz, who joins us all the way from USA. I know it must be a very odd time there, but sincere gratitude, sir, for you to join. People like you and Umair and Noreen, and of course, our members who've come here in person. Yes, and of course, our guest Shakib. You are the people who made these meetings special. So, as Toastmaster Farhan has said, I'll try to wind up the meeting. Trial does not necessarily mean success. So, I will invite our TQD Malik Umair to share his comments.
Thank you so much. Pardon me for not being able to switch on my video. I'm at the moment in the dining hall, and thankfully there's a live singer who is singing the song, and thankfully he has just stopped. It was absolutely lovely, and it's been an honor to be a part of the KTC meeting, and having witnessed the KTC meetings over a course of time, KTC definitely sets the benchmark very high for all the clubs to follow. Thank you so much again for having me, and I look forward to attending more of your meetings very soon, inshallah. Thank you so much. Over to you, DTM Talha.
Thank you, Umair. Maybe interest you in taking membership. We are offering a special discount. But no worries, you don't need to take a membership. You will be considered a member of KTC forever. Oh yeah, I missed out something. Thanks for pointing that out. Toastmaster Ali, I missed out one award. So just give me a second. Best evaluator. Do I really need to? Because I know what it would be. It's always the same every week. What's the point? What's even the point? Oh, is that true? Oh, no, I can't believe it. Can I request a recount? Okay, best evaluator today, by some miracle, is not Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. It's his close friend, Toastmaster Karim Meghani. Congratulations. Congratulations. And I declare the meeting adjourned, but please don't leave. First of all, we'll have comments from our guests. Yeah, I'm just declaring it ended because I want to set a record of ending the meeting on time. Otherwise, we have our comments from our guests. Toastmaster guest Shaki, please come on the stage and let's have your comments.
Ask about this.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel great, and what can I say that I just want to join this type of company. I must join this Toastmaster. So I was in search of this type of company from a long time, but today I find the best place, and I think I can improve. And speaking, and I can improve my vocabulary. I'm missing sometimes. I'm hesitating and not feeling confidence when I'm speaking. So I think in this Toastmaster, I find very late in this company, but this is a great place to learn and to educate everyone. Because learning is a continuous process, and I think if the people who are attending are all the people here in this room and in front of me and from other places. I think they are very educated and but what can I say that it shows that they are very serious and they are very willing, and everybody is, for me, they are all are respectable and they are giving regard to everyone. So thank you very much.
And as the last parting shot, first of all, stay blessed, everyone. And Toastmaster Imran, if you have any announcements to make, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanga, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As you all know, Saturday will be our academy session, and it will be purely an online meeting. If anyone interested, roles are available. And on Wednesday, we'll try our best to have again a physical meeting. So with that, I would like to hand over the charge back to our president, Toastmaster Kanga.
Thank you so much, everyone. And again, it was wonderful having you. So till next week, in fact, till this Saturday, stay blessed. Hope to see you all on this Saturday as well, and then next Wednesday. Thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.
Assalamu
alaikum. Let's enjoy the cake. Cake is
Oh, yes.
We should have announced it.
Okay, yeah.
Going to eat the cake now.
Because the online people. Okay. Okay, so everyone, we are having a virtual cake next time. You will be having a virtual cake. We'll be having the real one. So thank you once again, everyone, and goodbye.